Okay, this is Tom, and it's Saturday, April the 8th, and I'm in another field that's farmed by the, I'll call them the Mega Farm family that allows me to hunt. It's a beautiful day here in Ohio. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's upper 50s on its way to 60. So I'm walking around this field. It's looks like it's kind of chisel plowed. The owner said that he's going to spread manure on it tomorrow, so today's the day. And I got here, wasn't here 10 minutes and picked up this nice scraper. I don't know if you can see the worked edge on that. Uniface piece. So yeah, I found that right away. And then take a look at this. I'm gonna get this party started right away. Looks like something bifurcated, maybe. Come on. Okay, missing some of it right here. Okay, not a bad piece to start with. That's a good sign. I haven't been here probably more than 10 or 15 minutes, so let's hope this continues. We'll get back to, remember the old Clash song, Should I Stay or Should I Go? I'm finding this place has, looks like it's been walked. They're very old footprints washed in, but looks like they were walking a pretty tight grid pattern. But, I don't know, you know, when I haven't found anything here, but I'm finding pieces of flint like this that, you know, don't look like they've been picked up. As a matter of fact, this one might even be a point, but that's not been picked up before. And actually that is a point. Top half of one. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it some more time. The soil here is a little more sandy than what I'm used to looking at, which means it erodes a little bit better. But it sure is tough looking someplace where you see a lot of footprints. So, but that's a good sign. That first point I found was in the area where I was kind of making my way over to what's known as the best part of this field. But yep, well, we'll keep looking and give it a try. Okay, well this isn't much, but this would have been hard to miss, I would think. Wow. That has a ground base to it. Interesting shape. It's the bottom. Scan out here. Like to have the rest of that. I don't think I've got any grinding on the edges though, but the base has definitely got grinding on it. Okay, well, we'll keep looking. Alright, well, I kind of feel like I've been picking up leftovers here. I've found quite a bit of stuff. There's some kind of a piece of a pretty nicely worked blade. Here's another piece that's got a worked edge. I guess it's a thumb scraper. Some sort of a middle section here. Not much of a tip. I don't know if that's maybe a piece of a drill. But here's another piece of something. And that's got another one of those square bases to it. Boy, I'd sure like to see the rest of a couple of these pieces I'm finding. So, well, I guess leftovers will still fill you up. I'm sure looking for that stake somewhere. I'll get back to you. Alright, this is Tom again. Had something interesting happen here just a little bit ago. I don't know if you can see those, that tractor and that pickup truck laying out hose line. I guess they pumped the manure out into this field, but those guys basically ran me out of the field because my truck was parked in an area that they couldn't get past, and obviously they didn't know that I had permission, and so that didn't go real well. But anyway, I moved my truck, and I'm kind of glad that that happened because I was over on that side of the field, and I parked over here and decided to start looking on the other side of the field. And since that time, sorry these weren't in situ, because most of the stuff that I'm finding, I'm having to flip chips out, but there's a, I don't know if it goes this way or that way, a broken part, and here's most of a point that I found. But finally, I can't, best point of the year so far, I'd have to say that. You got to see this. And you know, I had convinced myself that this field had been looked, but there's no way that this section of the field's been looked. Wait till you see this. Ha ha. Looks like there might, I don't know, might be a little bit of the tip missing. I think it's got to be 3 inches long. Hope you can see that well. That away. Boy, that's a little more crude than I thought, but again, big square base with a pronounced bevel down this side. Yeah, the point's been used a lot, but man, that's a big one. Kind of unusual for me. Alright, well, that made all those leftovers sure worthwhile. We'll clean that up when we get home. Yep, there they go. Somebody missed this row. How about that? Wow, that has grinding on the base on both sides. Sweet. That other point that I just found was probably about 100 yards behind me. Wow. And those bases are similar. I'll have to compare those when I get home. Alright. Well, I'm glad I didn't leave, because I would have missed two of the nicest points I found this year. Alright, we'll get back. Well, it has been quite the day, and I'm glad I stuck it out and decided to stay at this field. I don't think this is a false alarm. I think that's the real deal. That is a shame, if that's a pendant. Oh. No. No sign of a hole. But definitely, I don't know, maybe it's a, no, that's a pendant. Pendant or a gorget all beat up. Wow. There's the rest. Okay, well, thanks for coming along. I don't have too much more looking to do here, but I'm sure not gonna stop before I finish this whole field. I'll get back to you. What are you doing? Come here, Lucy. Come here. Come here. Get it! Get it! What are you doing? Alright, well, I'm back home, and I was going to apologize for the length of this video, but now that I think about it, I hope every one of my videos is this long because it means I had a pretty good day in the field. I'll kind of go through these a little bit quickly here. This is just kind of that was one of those first scrapers I found. Another tool. Really nice workmanship on some of these. Let's see. There's a little thumb scraper in the face. It's just a little middle section. Tip. This drill. Assuming that's a piece of a drill. Dust it up. The middle section. Then these crazy looking square bases. Again, this one is highly ground on the bottom. That might have been something pretty special. And this one. This one does not really have grinding on it, so probably not as old of a piece. It's a real thin piece here. Hey, Lucy. Pretty busted up piece here. Here's that first one I found when I got into the field. A little bit of a load bifurcate. Missing a piece of the side here. And here's that white one. This is a really nice piece. Very ground on both sides of the base. That was probably a much bigger point at one time. Really nice flint. And here's that big piece. It's a little more crude than I thought when I first found it. It too has a lot of grinding on the side of the base, but it's a weird looking thing. You can see that there's some really pronounced retouching on this right side here, almost to the point where you can see it's a little different color, the flint, like there was a lot of patina or calcification or whatever that had formed on the point, and then maybe a later culture had done something with that. But I'm pretty sure that's not a break because it's real uniform the whole way up and around the tip here. But yeah, I was pretty excited to find that one. And then the slate piece, I've got it in water here soaking, but this is really a cool looking thing. I think the bands are showing up in that. If you look at the top view of it, this thing has been worked down to almost a bit on this end, but it's not, it's definitely not hardstone. It's slate, but real smooth right in there. I think you can see the polish on it. I don't know how much of that back end is gone, but yep, sure like to have the rest of it. Okay, well, that was a pretty good day, especially for a field that had footprints sporadically through it. So, thanks for tuning in. Hope everybody has a nice Easter. I probably won't be back out for a few days now, but hope everyone has a good weekend of hunting and digging. So for now, this is Commissioner Tom signing off.